Learning more about a deadly New Year's Eve shooting in Northridge. NBC4 investigates, found out this involved an off-duty federal agent.
NBC4's Amber Frias is live from outside the apartment complex where this happened with more on this investigation and, of course, the reaction from neighbors out there. Amber.
Annabelle, Carolyn, it all happened right here inside the Village Point apartments. Neighbors say the complex is typically quiet, safe. Everyone we spoke with says they never expected something like this to happen, especially involving two of their neighbors.
Oh, they were neighbors.
What neighbors first thought were New Year's Eve fireworks ended in gunfire and a deadly encounter inside a Northridge apartment complex.
Sad way to start the new year all the way around.
Los Angeles police were called to the Village Point apartments after an off-duty ICE enforcement and removal operations officer who lives at the complex reported a man firing a rifle into the air. The LAPD says the off-duty ICE officer left his apartment to investigate after hearing the gunfire.
So yeah, looks like an off-duty ICE agent shot somebody in LA and killed him. The guy had an assault rifle. He was out there shooting a gun in an apartment complex with hundreds of people, most of them being children. The ICE officer is an agent of the law. If there was any police officer in the area, he would have came and followed the same procedures and would have had the same results. They say this man pointed the rifle at him, or he actually fired 3 shots. So that would give the officer plenty of enough reason to shoot him. And you know, I guarantee you, I haven't seen the rest of this video, but I guarantee you that the family is going to be pointing at the ICE officer. Everybody hates ICE in LA. We already seen them. You know, they follow them around in cars, try to hit them, they try to assault them and run them over. They do not like ICE. So this ain't going to help it. And yeah, they're going to run with it. So the guy from the NAACP, you can see him there consoling the woman. And yeah, it's going to snowball. It's going to snowball. Trust me, they don't have nothing right now. They need something. This is what they need, and they're going to take it, and they're going to run with it. And watch. I'm going to keep going with this story because I feel like it's going to keep going, and no one's really covering it. So let's go on and see.
Developing tonight, we're hearing from the family of a man who authorities say was firing gunshots in celebration of the new year when he was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon joining us live from Universal City, where the family's attorney is calling for an investigation.
Of course.
Yeah, a thorough investigation, according to the attorney and the family. Of course, that
means
to them,
police
interviewed everyone in the area that night on New Year's Eve to see if, in fact, Keith Porter shot towards that off-duty officer. But according to the family attorney I talked to earlier today, he says as of now, he sees no evidence that Porter himself was a threat that night.
It's not a threat. He's got an assault rifle in a very
just days into the new year, the mother of 43-year-old Keith Porter is still filled with grief and disbelief. According to law enforcement, her son Keith fired celebratory gunshots into the air with an AR-15 style rifle.
It's a celebration. We should be able to do that, right? We should just be able to, like, shit. If I'm on betting on some sports shit online and I win you know, $50, I might want to just get the fuck out of my vehicle and start popping shit off, man. You know what I mean? I might just want to start get my fucking AR-15 and just start popping and fuck the police. What are they gonna do? I'm the king. That would be the mentality I would need to be that stupid. Anyways, let's move on.
Outside his apartment complex on New Year's Eve.
Armed with an AR-15 rifle, possibly
AR-15.
An LAPD report.
The fuck you doing popping an AR-15 off, dumbass?
Confronted Porter, identified himself as law enforcement, and claims Porter fired toward him, prompted the officer to return fire.
What should have been a simple arrest, impossible.
A simple arrest. Okay? A simple arrest is whenever you're jaywalking and the cops say, "Hey, buddy, give me your ID." Oh, you know, that's a simple arrest. A simple arrest is not whenever you're confronting a suspect that has an AR-15 who's been popping the shit off, and then whenever you tell him to drop the weapon, he draws on you or possibly shoots at you. Simple arrest. Democrats, simple arrest. They're gonna run with this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Got a suit from the Goodwill. He's a public defender. Look at him. Duh.
Citation has turned into a death sentence.
The family's attorney says this all could have been avoided.
But instead of staying in his apartment for a trained law enforcement officer from LA.
He is a trained law enforcement officer. Okay? He's protecting his apartment complex. Stay in your apartment. Just let him pop off. So he can sit there and pop off 300-400 shots, go inside like nothing happened. Or no. You wouldn't take care of that now. I'm sure it wasn't the first time.
To respond, he made the premeditated and calculated
decision
to grab a firearm.
Fox 11 reached out to the Department of Homeland Security.
Your client had a firearm. Your dead client had a firearm. He did. He doesn't have anything now. He doesn't even have his life. Because he fucked around and he found out. And people don't, like, where is it? People don't get it. They're going to keep fucking around and finding out. They think they can get away with it. This lawyer and this mother think that their client and son should be able to go out there and pop off an AR-15. And if someone gets killed, fuck them. Your son's the king of the world. Nothing applies to him. Right? You taught him that his whole life. That's why when someone pulled a gun on him and said, hey, drop your fucking weapon, I'm an officer. That's why he pulled out a gun. And that's why he got shot. Because you taught him that way. Congratulations. And you're still perpetuating the bullshit.
In a statement, the department said the off-duty ICE officer bravely responded to an active shooter situation at his apartment complex. In order to protect his life and that of others, he was forced to defensively use his weapon. DHS goes on to say their officer immediately called police.
Should he have taken a couple shots? Should he have taken a couple shots? Is that what y'all want? Then he would have been justified. This shit don't make no sense. That's why this shit never goes nowhere. It just makes people look stupid.
To his version, Keith shot 3 shots towards him.
Yes.
We have questions on if there was any shell casing recovered from Keith's weapon.
Bro, they said he was popping shots off all night. There's going to be shell casings every fucking
Keith's family and their attorney say they have yet to find a witness to corroborate that the father of 2 fired towards the off-duty officer.
Yeah, because everyone was away from him because they didn't want to get shot. They're going to say, hey, buddy. Like, come on, he's got a fucking AR-15. Do you want to go outside and talk to a guy that's actively shooting an AR-15? Do you want to know what's on his mind?
Now, DHS tells me they're referring any further questions to LAPD, which is currently investigating. We reached out to LAPD earlier today to see if they have yet to identify that off-duty ICE agent. They responded saying, as of right now, they have nothing further to share on this case. Greenland Tonight, I'm Rachel Aragon.
Don't share.
I'll send it back to you.
Get the investigation
Community
done.
members in Northridge tonight are remembering a man who was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve. Authorities say the agent opened fire when that man pointed a rifle at him. Tonight, activists are demanding answers and justice. Friends say Keith Porter was celebrating New Year's Eve when he was shot and killed.
But it looks like he may have been celebrating with a gun. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pullian spoke
not just a gun, an AR-15.
Tonight, and they're now
that's not just a gun.
We're here off Amestour Avenue, close to where Keith Porter was gunned down by that off-duty ICE agent. This memorial is here for family, friends to mourn. This song meant to uplift.
You know what, bro? Y'all should have been singing with Keith. Been like, y'all should have dropped that weapon. I don't know, bro. Like, this is too fucking late. Like, y'all should have talked to Keith, okay? Y'all should have told Keith, Keith, you're not the king of the world, bro. Like, you can't just pull out an AR-15 and pop off in front of a law enforcement agents. You're gonna get killed. But no, they're gonna sing this shit. These spiritual songs. Like, this is what the Democrats do, too. Remember all those old white liberals that were sitting on the fucking steps of the Capitol singing all those 1960s fucking war songs that no one gives a fuck about no more? Because we're like 70 years later or 50, I don't know, whatever. I'm not good at math. But, God, come on.
Only lowered the mood as this crowd grieves the death of a 43-year-old father of 2.
I'm not even trying to be funny. Not even trying to be funny, but that dude looks just like Charleston White, bro. Like, he looks like Charleston White. And I like Charleston White. But he looks like Charleston White. Look him up. Google.
Keith Porter was shot and killed New Year's Eve by an off-duty ICE agent. What would you like to say to the ICE agent if you had the chance?
If I could say anything to the ICE agent, is that you're a murderer. You stole my cousin from me. You stole their father from them. You stole a black man off the planet that God ordained to live and thrive. You stole a human life and you need to pay for it.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, the off-duty ICE agent heard gunfire.
And I understand that you're sad, man. You know, I know you lost someone and you love them, and he's your family member and you have that right. But man, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better as humans, bro. Yeah, it sucks for his family and his kids. But God, man, Keith, you should have been making better decisions, bro. You should have laid off the drink a little bit that night. I know it's New Year's, but you're supposed to celebrate in a safe way, bro.
Near his apartment and went to check it out. That's when DHS says the officer encountered Porter holding a long rifle. Advocates say Porter was observing the holiday that night with gunfire.
You don't get to just
murder people. You don't get the right to do that, people.
Because you don't like what they're doing.
You don't get the right to celebrate with gunfire.
But the
like
agent
that,
allegedly
the
ordered
AR-15.
Porter to put down the weapon. And when he didn't comply, DHS says the off-duty officer fired his service gun. The agency claims Porter fired 3 rounds at the officer before he was killed.
This is sad.
It is sad.
We've here
It is
35
sad.
years. This is the first
That's the
time
best
that such a thing ever
explanation.
happened in my community.
As the LAPD investigates what led up to the shooting, the community
Avoid
wants witnesses to come forward and the ICE agent identified, arrested, and prosecuted for killing the man they say was kind.
It could have been kind, bro. It could have been a bad moment, but man, gotta do better.
Black Lives Matter Los Angeles organized this vigil. They are demanding accountability from District Attorney Nathan Hochman. In fact, they are having a community meeting with him on Monday in Northridge. Tim Pulliam, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And that's really sad. Like, I don't not like seeing that, especially a father. And yeah, they're hurt. I get it. And he probably wasn't like that 99.9% of the time. But yeah, it's unfortunate that happens. But what can you really do? It's a FAFO moment, and we need to take accountability for things. And if he wasn't pointing his weapon, that wouldn't happen. Plain and simple. And yeah, I'm gonna be following this story. I feel like it's gonna get bigger. I feel like this is just the beginning of it. And yeah, appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.